Yo, what's good, Girl 413 here back in the day, and today, guys, I want to talk about a leak that came here to Need for Speed Heat with the January update. A data miner by the name of Gzilla was going ahead and digging through the data files for the January update, and he found 3 brand new KS Edition cars that possibly could be coming to the game sometime with the February update. You know, looking at these cars, they are pretty awesome looking. I've got some certain opinions about each and every single one, which we'll get to later in the video, but they are a Range Rover Defender, a Lamborghini Aventador, and a Lamborghini Countach. Yes, there is a Countach somewhere underneath that massive wide body kit. Like I said, we'll get to it here in a little bit. I do have some concerns with this leak though, and the first concern that I have is, as early as we are in the update cycle for this game, you know, Ghost Games and EA have a tendency to release a DLC car pack with about 3 cars in it, so this really kind of fits that narrative. The problem is though, these aren't new cars. They're cars already in the game, but the fact is, essentially they are stock vehicles just with a crazy body kit that was custom built for each vehicle, which, granted, they are a custom body kit. Like, there's no other way to get these in the game currently, but how I look at it is, you know, if I'm paying money for a DLC car pack, you gotta give me something that is actually really new. You know, typically the DLC car pack at this point is going to cost between $5 and $7 for 3 cars. And looking at the Defender, like, the Defender is so close to stock, it's absolutely ridiculous. The Aventador has got that crazy body kit going on, but I mean, it still looks like an Aventador. The Countach, on the other hand, that does not look like a Countach. So I could see them, you know, that may be the only car that is justifiable in this case. But what I would really like to see come with this update would be that, you know, they would do something like what they did in Payback, where essentially, hey, we got this car reported, like, out here in the middle of nowhere. You need to go pick it up and bring it back to the shop, and then you get to keep the car once you get it back. You gotta go through a police chase, all that sort of stuff. Make it a little tricky for players to get, but, you know, honestly, overall, I think that that would be a pretty smart way to go. Either that, or they end up just giving them away to free to all players, or, you know, they make them unlockable at a certain level, like, oh, you have to reach level 50 to unlock the Countach or something like that. I don't know, that would be kind of interesting, although granted, I'm not level 50 yet. I have not been playing this game nearly enough. Oh my gosh, I really need to get back into it. But taking a look at these cars, I'm actually pretty excited, but I am worried about how are we going to be getting these cars, because that's the big issue here for me. That is the big issue. How exactly are we going to be getting these? But right now, I want to go ahead and take a look at each and every single car and give my kind of thoughts and opinions on what is going on. And first of all, we have is the Range Rover Defender. Looking at this thing, it looks mostly like a stock Defender. Like, it's got the pickup truck bed on it, which I believe is also an option. I don't remember, because I actually don't have the Defender in this game to go ahead and check on it. I'm not even at the level where I can purchase a Defender yet. But looking back and kind of remembering what was going on in Payback, because I did have the Defender there, for the most part, this looks like it's a fairly stock vehicle. It's got some things going on with it that are pretty interesting. It's got a lift kit and a wide body kit. But the problem is, though, look at the tiny ass little tires and wheels on this thing. Like, it looks like he's been skipping leg day. It's absolutely insane. Like, we need to be able to, like, on off-road vehicles, I think that this should happen with a lot of the modern racing games that we have, because this is modern truck culture. Is a lot of people are lifting their trucks, you know, 6 to 8 inches, and then they put on like 37-inch tires or 40-inch tires even. We should be able to upgrade tire size with off-road vehicles. I also think, you know, tire size upgrades should be possible with pretty much every car, but that's just my opinion, and my opinion is worth about as much as a bag of dirt, so I really can't really go there. But honestly, I really wish that we would see bigger tires on this thing, because it feels like they're so tiny. It feels like they're so small. The other thing that is really going on for this is in this picture right here. We see a custom hood with flames shooting out of it. This has a hood escape exhaust. Honestly, I love that to death. I really do. However, though, I got a problem with this hood escape exhaust, because instead of, you know, tilting them forward or, you know, having them set up to a certain point, they're tilted at the freaking windshield. That is such a dumb thing to do because anytime that it spits flames, the driver is going to be blinded. The driver won't be able to see because all of a sudden, boom, flashbang right in their face. And then as well on top of that, you're blowing smoke out of that. You're going to get a bunch of black soot all over the windshield. You're going to have to be cleaning your windshield constantly. And then on top of that, it's possible that you're just going to get blind because there's going to be so much soot on the freaking windshield that you can't see out of it. And then finally, the last thing is you're throwing all this heat on the windshield. So whenever you're driving down the road, all of a sudden, it starts raining. The second a water drop falls on that and cools down that glass, boom, it's going to crack and your windshield is going to look like the damn Grand Canyon. I don't know. It is a game. It's not real life, but I'm just sitting here thinking about that like, God dang it. Who thought this would be a good idea? But honestly, looking at this Range Rover, it's hideous. Like, it doesn't look good at all in my opinion. I don't like it. I really don't. It's baby shit green on top of everything. Like, I don't know. I just do not feel good about this car. Moving on to our next vehicle, we have a Lamborghini Aventador, and unlike the Range Rover Defender, I really like this. I think that this car is absolutely insane because it's got these nice molded fenders. Although I will say on the back, they're not necessarily completely molded, but the rivets have been molded over, which is pretty nice in my opinion. I'm starting to grow out of like the riveted body fenders and all that sort of stuff going on. I'm not sure, like I used to really like that, but I've been slowly growing into kind of the more molded fender scene. I think it just looks cleaner in my opinion, and I really like how that looks on this car, because this thing, it's got such a crazy wide body kit going for it. It's absolutely insane, and I love it. The only thing that I really don't like about this car is on the front bumper. It basically looks like they took the nose and they copy and pasted it 3 times. I don't like that. I think the middle one should be black in my opinion, but that's just me. Like I said earlier, my opinion's worth about as much as dirt in this case. So, but the other cool thing is we got a big ass wing on this car. I mean, look at this thing. It's see-through too. You can actually see through this wing, which is awesome. I love it. I like this car a lot. I really do. I think that this thing looks absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to drive it in the game. I don't know if I'm actually ever going to be able to because I'm only like level 12, but that's beside the point. Then finally we come to the Lamborghini Countach, and honestly guys, this car is bonkers. It is so bonkers. Apparently there is a Countach somewhere underneath that. This thing looks nothing like a Countach. Like, the only remnants of the car that I can see is if you look in the second picture, you can actually see one of the old air vents from the Countach, and that's about it. Like, this car is like somewhere out in like 2060. It's absolutely insane. I love it. I really do. It's got like a 1.5 feet of freaking wide body on this thing. I mean, you'd have to like dig through this just to even find remnants of the original Countach. It is so cool looking. I absolutely love it. It looks like something that you'd expect out of like GTA 5. You know, it's got like the Veneno tail lights, and there's that new Lamborghini that came out recently. I can't remember what it's called. It's up on the screen right here. But that's exactly what I'm thinking is going on with the headlights, because you don't really see headlights on this car, but you kind of get that Y shape there on the front bumper, and I feel like there's probably lights hidden somewhere in that that'll probably end up glowing at night. Honestly, I love this thing. I really do. It is so absolutely intense. It's got that big ass wing on it. I just love it. I really do. So I talked first about that one concern at the beginning of the video, specifically about the payment method or how we can obtain these cars. But I've got some additional concerns that are going on here. So let's go ahead and talk about the fact that these are KS Edition cars. Because the fact that there are KS Edition cars means that most likely we are not going to be able to do additional upgrades to them, which means no new wheels, no new tires, no mirrors, none of that. We can't do any of that, which does kind of suck a little bit. Honestly, maybe they'll go a different route with these, and because these are new KS Edition cars, maybe they'll allow us to do certain upgrades, just not all of them, because of course, you know, it's got the wide body kit, and they don't want you messing up that wide body kit. But like looking at that Countach, for example, you know, I don't like the wheels on it. I really don't. You know, Rotiform makes this absolutely crazy wheel with like some circles in it. Honestly, I think that would look absolutely dope on this car. You know, if you're going to go crazy, go full out crazy. Like, I mean, let's be for real here. Like, just go full out crazy on it. But the fact that they're Chaos Edition cars as well means you can't put a livery on it either. So, when you look at the other Chaos Edition cars already in the game, like the Corvette, the Mercedes, etc., they have these crazy designs on them. None of these cars have a crazy design on them. Like, the Defender is baby chic green. I don't want my car to be baby chic green. You know, and do I have to stick with orange and red for the two Lamborghinis? Like, I want to be able to paint them. Maybe that's something that'll be coming with this, or maybe the fact that, you know, these are still early in development, maybe they haven't thrown the design on them yet. You know, we still have a month before we'll probably even come anywhere near seeing these or hearing about them officially from Need for Speed. So, that's just kind of my little concern there, is that maybe, just maybe, these cars aren't real. You know, looking at the Defender and the Aventador, they definitely look real. And those two would be the easiest to fake, because they already exist in the game and pretty much very similar to that format that Photoshop would be pretty easy to do. But then when we get to the Lamborghini Countach, things change just a little bit. Because go ahead and take a look at the Countach here and look at the side mirror, or not the side mirrors, the side windows. And then take a look at this car that I took a screenshot of in the game and take a look at its side windows. Look at the reflection in both of them. When you go ahead and take a look at these, the thing is, in the car that I took a picture of in the game, the reflections sort of have this tendency to slant towards the back. But then when you go ahead and take a look at the Countach, they have a tendency to slant towards the front. So something's going on there where it feels like, you know, hey, the window reflections aren't right. And that was kind of what I was saying earlier with the Countach, is this car doesn't look real. It looks like something out of GTA 5, not something that you would see in Need for Speed Heat. And there's just something going on with the lighting that gives me that feeling like this is a fake car. This is not real. It just, I don't know what it is exactly, but I just get this feeling like, you know, this should not be here. And it's just such a weird feeling that leads me to believe that this is fake. And since this also comes from the same person as before, it would mean that the other two are probably fake as well. And not just the lighting on the side window either. When we go ahead and take a look at the windshield as well, we see that the windshield lighting on the Countach is not as impressive as it is on other cars. Here's again that same picture that I took earlier. Take a look at the windshield on this. It's got so much reflection going on. And then you take a look at the Countach, and it doesn't have nearly as much as what's going on there. And the reason why I think it is like I was saying earlier, the Aventador and Defender, we have those cars pretty much in a very similar format, so faking the lighting on those would be much easier to do. But faking the lighting on a brand new car is a little bit trickier. Now, the other thing I will say though, is I'm talking about how these are possibly fake. You can see them in the background, in the different locations. So honestly, that kind of leads me more likely to believe that they are real. Maybe the Countach is the only one that's fake, but I'm looking at them and it's like, you know, I just don't know. I really do not know what to think of this, because the windshield lighting is off, but at the same time, it looks good enough that it could be real. It would have to be one of the best fakes that I've ever seen. And honestly, I'm right now kind of leaning towards it's real, but there is a little bit of evidence out there saying that maybe this is fake. Maybe it's fake. So anyway though, that's where we're going to wrap things up for today. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, what do you guys think of each and every single one of these cars? Love them, hate them, and also, do you think that this leak is actually fake or not? I want to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comment section down below. As well, if you want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Greg413 and Instagram.com/Greg413. And if you like this video, go make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe, more videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Bye.
Say goodbye.